Assembly line disaster, Lucy alone on the hobby horse line and the toy factory ordeal. The decision to subject the Grandin Toy Company to an on-site efficiency audit is reached with the same peremptory speed that characterizes every other decision Oliver Caston makes. The bank is prepared to lend the company a substantial sum. Caston refuses to authorize the loan until he has personally verified that the factory itself is run according to his exacting standards. Lucy, now fully conscripted as his assistant and disciple, is ordered to accompany him. The journey from the relative order of the bank to the noisy, brightly colored chaos of the toy factory marks another decisive expansion of the episode's comic geography. What has previously been a story of offices and nightclubs now becomes a story of industrial production, and Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael is about to be inserted directly into the machinery. The factory sequence opens with the proud guided tour offered by Mr. Grantland himself. He shows off the department in which shipping has been combined with the hobby horse assembly line, a dual-purpose arrangement he clearly regards as already efficient. Hobby horses, he notes, are a major profit center. The casual joke, "You might say this is the only business in the world that you can make money horsing around," is delivered with the satisfaction of a man who has used the line before. Caston's response is not amusement but immediate diagnostic scrutiny. He observes 4 women handling the line. He observes that they have just departed for a 15-minute coffee break. Both facts are treated as evidence of criminal waste. What a way to run a business, Mr. Grantland, you must be off your rocker. Coffee breaks. 4 girls to handle a line like that. 2 of them can handle it. But even one. The reduction from 4 workers to 1 is pure Caston mathematics. Human labor is a cost to be minimized. Rest is a luxury to be eliminated. The fact that the product is children's toys, objects associated with play, imagination, and pleasure, does not soften the analysis. Efficiency is efficiency regardless of the end product. Grantland, perhaps sensing that resistance is futile, invites Caston to demonstrate a better method. The invitation is accepted with predatory delight. "Your worries are over, baby. Get behind that assembly line, Red. Get behind me now. Just get into this and get in there." Lucy is placed alone at the combined assembly and shipping station. The conveyor begins to move. Orders begin to arrive in rapid overlapping succession. What follows is one of the most sustained and purely physical comic sequences in the entire composite episode. The first orders are relatively simple: 1 blue poodle, 1 dump truck. Lucy's initial attempts to keep pace are marked by the bright, determined energy of a woman who has fully absorbed her mentor's philosophy. She can do this. She will make Caston look good. The pace, however, does not remain simple. Orders for fire trucks, mama dolls, jack-in-the-boxes, teddy bears, and yellow hound dogs begin to stack up with increasing speed and complexity. Each toy requires a different set of physical actions attaching heads, tails, wheels, voices, while the shipping component simultaneously demands that completed items be directed to the correct outgoing channel. The visual comedy is relentless. Lucille Ball's body becomes a study in accelerating desperation. Arms reach in multiple directions at once. Hands fumble with mismatched parts. The face cycles through determination, confusion, panic, and a kind of wild improvisational resourcefulness. When a mama doll is required to say, "Mama," the script indicates Lucy's own voice being pressed into service. When a jack-in-the-box appears, the warning not to open, it is almost certainly ignored in the frenzy. Tails are attached to the wrong animals. Heads are placed on the wrong bodies. The conveyor continues its indifferent advance. Caston's running commentary: "Good work, good look at this perfect baby. You're gonna make me look good. You're doing fine. Yeah, it's not hard, sir. No, you got it perfect," only intensifies the pressure. Every word of praise is also a demand for continued performance at the same impossible level. The deeper satire of the sequence is unmistakable. The efficiency expert's dream of a single worker replacing 4 is revealed as a fantasy that collapses the moment it encounters actual production. Toys, those emblems of childhood joy, are subjected to the same ruthless logic that Caston applies to banking. The coffee break, that small human interval of rest and conversation, is treated as an intolerable interruption. The result is not increased productivity but a comic explosion of errors. mismatched parts and rising hysteria. Lucy's isolation on the line becomes a precise visual metaphor for the dehumanizing endpoint of pure efficiency, thinking one person asked to do the work of many with no margin for error, no permission to rest and no acknowledgement that the work itself might contain any value beyond the speed of its completion. Grantland's temporary absence summoned to his office leaves Lucy fully exposed to Caston's experimental method. The orders continue to arrive. The physical demands continue to escalate. By the time the sequence reaches its peak, the stage is littered with the evidence of the experiment's failure: half-assembled hobby horses, misdirected shipments, toys that combine the features of several different animals at once. Caston's confidence never wavers. Even as the visual chaos multiplies, he continues to interpret Lucy's frantic improvisations as proof of his own genius. "I can teach you brain surgery in a week. Oh, you're wonderful, baby." The line is both absurd and perfectly in character. In Caston's mind, the only limit on human performance is the failure to apply sufficient efficiency. The assembly line sequence stands as one of the episode's most complete critiques of mid-century managerial ideology. It takes the abstract language of optimization and forces it into contact with the stubborn, messy reality of physical work. It places Lucille Ball at the exact point of contact and allows her unparalleled gift for sustained physical comedy to demonstrate the human cost of the system. Lucy does not rebel in words. She rebels with her body, with every mismatched part, every desperate reach, every increasingly wild attempt to satisfy an impossible set of simultaneous demands. By the time the experiment is abandoned, the audience has been given a thorough and hilarious education in the limits of efficiency as a governing philosophy. The hobby horse line has claimed its victim. The toy factory has been subjected to the Caston method. And Lucille Ball has once again turned the machinery of modern work into a perfect engine of classic physical comedy.